So, for many people, their favourite James Bond quote is the "My name is Bond, James Bond." But I have to be honest, mine was a different quote that I really liked, and it was in Goldfinger. And it's at this moment where James Bond is tied down and about to be sawn in half by a laser beam by Auric Goldfinger. And he's sitting there watching the beam come closer. It's coming between his legs, and he's looking at it really nervous. And he says, starting to sweat, and he says to Goldfinger, he says, "Do you expect me to talk?" And except in a Scottish accent, which I don't have. And Goldfinger turns around to him and says, "No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die." And sadly, that very first James Bond, Sean Connery, died today. And so I thought I need to make a martini, but not just any martini. Today I'm going to make a Vesper Martini, which pretty much was invented by the writer of the James Bond series, Ian Fleming, and it appears in the first book, Casino Royale, and it is ordered by James Bond and famously to be shaken, not stirred. Typically a martini would be stirred, this one not, according to the directions in the book. So let's just make it. It's a martini, it's a gin martini, and the proportions go like this. They go 3, 1 and a half. There are 3 ingredients. So the first one is gin. In the book it called for Gordon's gin. I don't have that, but I have Beefeater, very close, that'll do. And it is 3 parts of that London dry gin, 2, 3. And then this is where the vodka martini idea started to come along, because it takes 1 part of vodka. And interestingly, James Bond criticises the maker of the cocktail for using a potato vodka rather than a grain vodka. And I have a grain vodka here. And so it is 1 part of that, like so. And then the final ingredient would have been a Quina Lillet, which is no longer made. So there are a couple of alternatives. A Lillet Blanc would work, but what I'm actually going to use is Cocchi Americano, which will work very well. It's aromatized wine, and I think it will provide the perfect proportions for this classic cocktail. And it's a shot of that, and obviously you can use whatever measures you want. Your part can be an ounce, 2 ounces, whatever size you want, really. But here we go. This is not stirred but shaken. And I think that will do us. We'll strain this drink into here, into our martini glass, of course. And of course, because we've shaken it, it doesn't have that clarity that you would otherwise expect from a stirred martini, but I think that's okay. And then the only garnish on this is a twist of lemon. I don't really have the dexterousness or the dexterous ability to make a really long, curly piece of lemon, but this will do, and we'll just put that on there. And we'll see what we've got. Oh yes, I think Miss Moneypenny would approve.